I should be writing my letter to Santa, but you effers are melting his home. You're a stupid, controlled puppet of your mother and father. So go back and do some learning. Santa hacker speaks to girl via smart camera. Video showing a hacker talking to a young girl in her bedroom via her family's Ring camera has been shared on social media amid warning people need to secure their devices better. The hacker tells the girl, "It's Santa, it's your best friend." Technology website Motherboard reported online forums used by hackers were offering software making it easier to break into such devices. Ring owner Amazon said the incident was not related to a security breach. Password stuffing. Customer trust is important to us and we take the security of our devices seriously. Okay then. Greenpeace co-founder. Global warming is a complete hoax and a scam. Members of the original Green movement know that it was hijacked by charlatans who had another agenda than truly helping the environment. Technocracy dominated by the global elite, TN editor. Greenpeace co-founder and former president of Greenpeace, Canadian Patrick Moore, described the cynical and corrupt machinations fueling the narrative of anthropocentric global warming and climate change in a Wednesday interview on SiriusXM's Bertie Bert's News Tonight with host Rebecca Mansour and Joel Pollock. Moore explained how fear and guilt are leveraged by proponents of climate change. Fear has been used all through history to gain control of people's minds and wallets and all else. And the climate catastrophe is strictly a fear campaign. Well, fear and guilt. You're afraid you're killing your children because you're driving them in your SUV and emitting carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and you feel guilty for doing that. There's no stronger motivation than those two. Scientists are co-opted and corrupted by politicians and bureaucracies invested in advancing the narrative of climate change in order to further centralise political power and control, explained Moore. Moore noted how green companies parasite taxpayers via favourable regulations and subsidies, ostensibly justified by the aforementioned narratives' claimed threats, all while enjoying propagandistic protection across news media. And so you've got the green movement creating stories that still instill fear in the public. You've got the media echo chamber, fake news, repeating it over and over and over again to everybody that they're killing their children. And then you've got the green politicians who are buying scientists with government money to produce fear for them in the form of scientific-looking materials. And then you've got the green businesses, the rent seekers and the crony capitalists who are taking advantage of massive subsidies, huge tax write-offs and government mandates requiring their technology to make a fortune on this. And then, of course, you've got the scientists who are they're basically hooked on government grants. Tory MP's private company in charge of election votes and counts. What, Mark? You mean those that apparently won the election was actually in charge of counting it? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Tory MP Peter Lilly's company Idox was given contracts across Scotland by SNP and Labour councils to quietly privatise the entire electoral process and control of postal votes and election counts across Scotland. The contracts were awarded to ensure private control of all Scottish elections for the 3-year period covering the EU election, the general election, the EU referendum and the Scottish elections, which allow Idox to control, open, count and put forward postal ballot papers to be put into boxes right up until the 10 p.m. deadline. By May 2013, IDOX boasted they already had control of elections and voter registration and votes for 13 million people across the UK, in the privatisation of all elections that most voters in the UK are completely unaware of. Does this mean it is possible for postal votes to be binned if private operators don't agree with the vote provided, and replaced using signatures they store electronically, and can ballot papers be made up in people's names right up to the 10 p.m. deadline using the information held in the IDOX database based on lists that tell you who did not vote in previous elections and election voting history held by IDOX for what appears to be moving fast for all of the UK? Is this why leader of the Scottish Tory party, Ruth Davidson, declared she knew the postal vote results before the election count started? In May 2015, an article, IDOX Election Delivering Modern Democracy, said despite concerns over abuse of the system and fraud, the Electoral Commission maintains that there is no evidence of widespread and systematic abuse and that it would not be proportionate to scrap postal voting. Can we see how they fix the voting system? If you don't vote but you're on the register, and remember they'll come knocking on your door saying, yeah, well, it doesn't matter if you vote or not, but you've got to be on the register. And that's because they don't give a shit if you vote or not, because they'll just use your vote anyway. Mum with Parkinson's disease forced to crawl on floor after care was cut. I wonder what council that could be so evil that would do such a thing. I guess we're going to find out, aren't we? A mum of 3 says she regularly has to crawl to the toilet on her hands and knees now her adult social care has been reduced. Lisa Sadler, 47, used to get 23 hours of care from Nottinghamshire County Council. Well, would you, Adam and Eve it? However, it was reduced to just 6 hours a week, and this has had a devastating effect. Miss Sadler, who used to be a childminder, had to give up work after she was diagnosed with a degenerative brain disease in 2009. Since then, her condition has worsened to the point she struggles to carry out tasks like dressing herself, cooking or going to the toilet. She said, Parkinson's is horrible. I would not wish it on anyone, and the effect it has on my kids as well. And there's a picture of the corrupt Nottinghamshire County Council. Prince Andrew used fake name to set up secret company with sports tycoon. Oh, Andy, you naughty boy, and you've been caught at it again. It just doesn't seem to be your time, does it? Oh, well, never mind. I guess we'll sort that out in a moment. Prince Andrew used a pseudonym to set up a secret company with sports tycoon friend John Elsiak, it has been alleged. The Duke of York, the paedophile, who is embroiled in a controversy over his links to billionaire paedophile Jeffrey Epstein, called himself Andrew Inverness when he launched Naples Gold Limited in 2002. The name appears to be adopted from one of his lesser-known titles, the Earl of Inverness. Reference to the prince on official documents relating to his business almost always describe him as HRH, the Duke of York. While the business affairs of senior royalty are widely reported, Naples Gold has escaped scrutiny, and Prince Andrew has never spoken about it in public. His business partner at Naples Gold, John Alisak, is Monaco-based tycoon behind the top sports brand Head. According to the Daily Mail, it is understood that Prince Andrew, paedophile Andrew that should be now surely, was invited by Mr. Elisak to a Christmas trip off the coast of Thailand, where he was photographed on a yacht with a bevy of topless beauties in 2001, a year before the company was set up. Corrupt, paedophile, I think it covers just about everything, don't you? Jury awards $5.4 million to couple after finding fraud in foreclosure case. So it's all collapsing around them. It's a shame, but it's flipping way too long for it to. David and Mary Ellen Wolfe were several payments behind on their home mortgage and knew that foreclosure loomed. They were puzzled, though, when a foreclosure notice came early in 2011 from Wells Fargo because they hadn't done business with that bank. They asked their West University neighbour, lawyer W. Kraft Hughes, for help. After poring over mortgage records, Hughes came to the conclusion that neither Wells Fargo nor its mortgage service, Carrington Mortgage Services, had legal claim to the note of the house on the right of foreclosure. A state district court jury in Harris County agreed last month and awarded the Wolfs $5.4 million after a 4-day trial. It's very unusual, said Linda E. Fisher, Professor of Law at Seton Hall Law School, who has testified before Congress on the effect of mortgage fraud on consumers. Cases like this don't usually get in front of a jury. The situation has its roots in practices that evolved in the year leading up to the Great Recession that began in 2007. Wall Street investment houses were eager to generate mortgage securitized trusts, financial instruments created by bundling thousands of mortgages and selling shares to investors who expected to profit from the combined monthly mortgage payments. Telegraph. Labour war as stupid voters get the blame. Party accused of supreme arrogance for suggesting public at fault for historic defeat. They couldn't do anything about it. It was fixed. It was fiddled. British millionaire killed in hotel ambush. Royal children curious about the homeless. Yo, why are they on the streets? Because they've got no money. Can we give them some? No, we don't help them horrible humans. To reform the country, Johnson must first reform the state. That's bullshit. Support grows for Trump impeachment. Boris bounce sends sterling soaring. The Guardian. Rivals poised as battle for Labour's future begins. It's on me. Let's take it on the chin. I owe this disaster. If anyone to blame, it's me. Full stop. Discord at climate talks branded a betrayal. And Ben Stokes, cricket star, wins sports personality of the year. Taylor Swift to headline Glastonbury. Johnson gets to work. PM targets tougher sentences and train strikes ban in Queen's speech. Labour MPs attack Corbyn as battle for the party's future begins. I'll come back to that. Perfumo drama aims to set the record straight. What did Mandy Rice Davis really say? Leader under pressure to step down immediately as party becomes embroiled in bitter infighting. Harman says leadership not willing to understand catastrophic defeat. Long Bailey emerges as candidate to carry on Corbyn project while centrists look to Nandy. Thornbury angrily denies claims she insulted voters. New rail timetable causes chaos by design. Beware of little flu spreaders. Parents used to get children vaccinated. Don't do it. It's there to kill your children or to maim them. China and US resist climate action. UN summit ends with compromise deal. Metro. Strictly do the dancing. Labour at each other's throats. Fury as ousted MP claims Thornby called Northern Brexit voters stupid. Well, they're all stupid that voted because they voted for their own enslavement. That is pretty stupid. Daily Fail. Blueprint for Boris's Britain. A Zionist nightmare for humans. PM will put border control, NHS and investment in the north at heart of bid to govern for another decade. Oh no. Lineker own goal on Ben Stokes' big night. The Times. Johnson to take aim at mod over wasted cash. Chief aide will off overall defence spending. 2 apples a day keep heart disease away. Fire safety charges. Argentina killing. E-cigarette danger. Trump troop pull out. House price to rise. Ozil provokes China. I wouldn't go buying a house at the moment because the crash, well, it should have happened by now, but it's certainly going to happen within the next 3 or 4 months. Express. Stokes the hero again. Cricket star is posted the sports personality of the year. Who gives a shit? Christmas flu alert. GPs urge get their jab as cases rise. We're not killing you quick enough, so come and get your jab so we can kill you quicker. It should read. Boris war with BBC over TV licence fees. Plan to decriminalise those who do not pay. Please keep on dancing at Anton. No. Sick of that damn shitty show. Mirror. Ben, yeah. Labour, yeah. Gift on life from NHS superhero. Radiographer donates kidney to little girl she didn't know after seeing mum's plea. The scum. Tamira's 50 million jewels gone in 50 minutes. Lightning raid on heiress's mansion. Let's get this Tory party started, and it will be a party for them, a nightmare for us. Utter waste of paper. Love Isle shocker star gets flack. Her ex posts pic of a gag order. FT. UN talks on climate change break up in stalemate. No agreement on carbon trading. UK faces task of rebooting process. On the ball. China TV pulls Arsenal game after players pro-Uyghur tweet. Johnson to pour billions into Midlands and North following election victory. If he's got billions to pour anywhere, then he should be ending the homeless problem and the food bank problem. But he won't, because that has been part of the plan all along. Chinese... it's some app. And finally, yelling at a dog to stop barking doesn't work because the dog just goes, cool, now we're both barking. Why did the nurse need a red pen at work? In case she needed to draw blood. I got my daughter a fridge for her birthday. I can't wait to see her face light up when she opens it. Why do bees have sticky hair? Because they use honeycombs. I told my wife she was drawing her eyebrows too high. She looked surprised. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. My wife accused me of being immature. I told her to get out of my fort.